Welcome to Create Momentum for Positive Mindset. Today, my guest is Zarnab Tahir Bajwa. She is an A-level student. She likes to read a lot of books. She has read approximately between 300 to 350 books. I welcome you, Zarnab. How are you today?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing great at the moment, alhamdulillah. And yes, that is accurate. I've read like 331, I think. And I'm currently still like in between reading 50.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, my first question is to you that please tell us or my audience about yourself.
Okay. To know about myself. I always like dislike that question because people ask me that a lot. And then I'm like, you would need like a whole lifetime to understand me as I'm very complex. But a few things I can say is that I'm a writer, a painter, a poet, and I love reading history. I've traveled the world and I'm an amazing friend. So if anyone wants to be my friend, you can talk to me. And I'm currently studying A levels, as mentioned before. My subjects are again range from English, literature, history, and sociology, and art and design. So very much in tune with my interests. And yes, that is what I can put up in a few sentences about myself.
That's really great. Around because what it is, a lot of people of your age, what you're doing, I mean, it's a great honor that you have read so many books because a lot of people
Oh,
don't write
thank you.
like reading books, even though adults as well, because they avoid nowadays, audible book, all the easy stuff people
Yeah,
look
yeah.
for, like me, person like me as well. So, how did your reading journey started? So, how did you begin reading books? How did the interest
Okay.
came in?
My dad, he would like since I was younger, he would tell me just not just read, and I'd be like, I don't want to read. I was not interested. I did not want to. I was like, that's boring. Like, how can people read that much? Like, no. And then what happened was my brother was gifted this one book, like this horror, like a novel, and it was in it. No one had read it. It had been a birthday gift for 2 years, just sitting on a shelf. And one day, because we're in Pakistan, the light went out, and like there was no internet. I couldn't do anything. It was at night, and I was like, you know what? Let me just try to read it. And I ended up reading the whole book that night. And since then, I forced my brother to read it as well. And then we just got into like horror, and we just read and read and read horror. And my dad was like, calm down, like explore other genres. I'm sure you like other things, but I was like, no, I don't want to. Like, I'm fine with horror. But then he made me like read. He was like, try one different genre, like one book. And I was like, okay. And I read this book called Zaya. It was about this girl who's like alone on an island. And so I read that, and then I was like, wow, this is like I like that. And I just started slowly reading, and I found out that I really like fantasy and like why I like young adult. And then it was in 2017, like this one summer, where I was actually like kind of depressed. And so my coping mechanism was reading. So I would like submerge myself into like fantasy and like this the world of books, and like it would be like I cannot explain to you what like my head sees when I read fantasy. It's like epic battles with like thousands of soldiers and like dragons, and like who would not like that? And so I read 100 novels in that one summer because I
Wow.
didn't did nothing else. I did nothing else. I was just like read. And so like my favorite series, I've read like them in a week, like 6 novels, one novel every day. I was like 600 pages a day. I was like, yes, I really love this. And so after that summer, I kind of slowed down on my reading, but now I still read. Like currently, I see I'm reading this. Oh, it's falling. But I had like I was doing other things, but right now I'm reading this and another fantasy again. And so I do read poetry. I also read like temporary YA, and so I would say do explore genres, do not stay in one genre. And books, they have taught me a lot. Like another thing was that a lot of the fantasy characters, they would always like go through this journey, like an awful past, like so much awful things would happen to them, but they would still like end up winning, you know? And so that would show me that like it's like that can happen. Like life, it's okay. Like you're supposed to like go through all the hardships and like grow from it and understand yourself from it and life as a in general. So reading has taught me a lot. It has taught me how to like understand different perspectives of other people, how to be more kind, how to be more empathetic, and how to be like braver also in a way. So yeah, a lot of my favorite characters, they inspire me because they have been through so much. Like this one character from my favorite author, Sarah J. Maas. Um, she was an assassin. She awful life, but like she was still very bubbly in her personality. And so I would be like very fascinated by that character. That how does she like do it? How does she like still be so positive after everything that has happened to her in the books? And so yes, that's how my reading journey started. This is some of the things I've learned from reading.
Yeah, just one thing I want to say, you are in front of a laptop. It's slightly shaking, when you are
Oh,
talking.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
not a problem. It's not a problem
It's
at all.
because it's like on a book. That's why.
Yeah.
It's
So
also
it's just, so it's absolutely fine. Absolutely, you are right. Reading improve your knowledge. It can help to fight depression and
yes.
make you more confident, empathetic, and a better decision maker. And
Mhm.
also, I just want to include in this 20 minutes of reading every day. It will improve your reading, first of all, and it will reduce your 68% of stress, and it will explore to you where I read is say 1.8 million, but I don't know exactly that figure is exact or not. It just could be approximately. So reading
Mhm.
helps a lot because in reading, with reading, you can, I mean, when you are, see, you are very confident because you are reading. If you haven't read, you wouldn't
Mhm.
be that
Mhm.
confident. You couldn't be, a lot of people I speak, they are not camera confident as you are.
Oh,
As in,
thank you.
as I saw you in a one glimpse, only one glimpse where you are, I didn't hear the full conversation. So that's why I said you have a potential. So I would love to connect with you. So
Mhm.
that's what it is. I start reading during this pandemic. I read few books.
Mhm. Uh-huh.
So because my mentor Patrick David, he likes to read books, and in his office every month there is a book he gives to his staff to read a one book in a month. So nobody can
Mhm.
say it's hard, but everybody has their own choices. You must
Mhm.
read this book. It's called How to Win Friend and Influence People.
I actually have it. I actually have it. I actually have it, but I have not read it yet. But I do have it. It's a short book though.
Yeah,
Very
this book
little
is
book.
in front of me. It's here.
Actually, yeah, but mine was a different cover. But yes, it's the same book. Yeah.
I can share the books with you. I mean, if you
Mhm.
are in this book reading, you have a book reading habit. So what you can do, one of the books you must read. It's like an
Mhm.
average millionaire like me read it 7 times. It's called Think and Grow Rich.
I've also heard of that, but the thing is, as I said before, I'm like more into fantasy. I'm trying to get more into like books that are like self-help
Of course,
books, and so I will definitely check them out. Yeah.
you should.
Mhm.
If you read self-help book, then you know what? The world is your oyster. As you like traveling all
Mhm.
around the world, so
Mhm.
people will call you for the talks because you already, I mean, you have read so many books. The people, they
Mhm.
in their entire life, they won't read the books. So
Mhm.
I encourage you to read the self-help book. At least Think and Grow
I will.
Rich,
I will.
Think and Grow Rich, and How to Win Friends and Influence. You will come to
Mhm.
know more. everybody has a different genre of reading. I am a big fan
Yes.
of self-development. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to Tony Robinson for a very long time. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the
Mm-hmm.
time only where I implemented, where I'm doing something about my life. I started a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I do podcast, share people vision, experience, knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why. Okay,
That's actually wonderful. That's really nice.
okay.
You
Wait.
you you should be very proud of yourself to do that, you know.
Of course, I am proud of that,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that. I mean, slowly but surely, one day, day by. I mean, it's a process. Success is a
Mm-hmm.
process. Everybody
True.
everybody likes the end process, but they don't like the actual process you're going through. I thought it's gonna be very easy. I'm gonna in Instagram send a message to people, and that's it. Even though the people they are not celebrity, it is hard to get them
Mm-hmm.
because they say they don't have a time. They don't. I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
many things, so many excuses I get, which is unbelievable. But it's not a problem. I always see people, what people are interested in. I always put
Mm-hmm.
myself in their shoes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes, so that's how I do it. I started with your dad, to be honest, in August.
I also started with my dad.
Yeah.
I
So
started with my dad. He has
he's
influenced my life greatly.
yeah, so he is. Of course. So there is another question which I want to ask. What is your message to the youth about reading?
Okay. I would like to say that just start. Get any book because every book has something in it that you will learn from. Like minor or like huge, life changing, but there will always be something in it that you will learn from. And so just take one book and try to read it in a month. Like you have the whole month, every day, sit down, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, try. And explore books, explore the world of books because literally it's a whole universe because of the amount of books we have, the amount of knowledge, and then also the the world building in books is truly magnificent. I'm actually like writing a book myself, and so
Oh,
yeah, but truly, but the it will literally make you see beautiful images in your head, unreal images. And it will heighten your vocabulary. It will make you be more imaginative, be more of a dreamer, be more of an idealist, you can say. And I was actually dyslexic, and I only learned how to read in sixth grade when my dad, like, he was like, "You have to learn how to read," and so it was very hard for me, like, as a child, to like look at written language and understand it. And so that's also one of the things why I got into reading, and now my dyslexia is very much improved. I'm a writer now. I'm a dyslexic writer, and I would say just read and also read actively. Do not just read for the sake of reading. Try to read and absorb what you're reading. Try to understand from it. Try to gain some value from it. And that is what I would say. Try just once, try to read, and I think you will like it. And start with Harry Potter. It's okay. It's fine if you start with Harry Potter. Amazing series. I would totally recommend that you start with Harry Potter. So yeah,
yeah,
that's what
obviously
I would say.
great. So so far, are you in the process to write, as you mentioned, write a book? So you haven't
Yeah.
completed yet.
I've only written three chapters so far, but I
Okay.
literally have the whole like it's basically like a YA fantasy series, and it's about this boy who like gets transported into another universe. And so I have the whole four-book series in my head, the world, the characters, the plot lines, the cliffhangers. But I'm slowly writing it. I'm taking my time with it because I know that I want it to be very like good. I'm basically something that I, as a reader, would enjoy. And so, yeah, I'm taking my time with it. But yeah,
Okay.
I've been, yeah.
What motivates you about reading, and are you passionate?
Okay. It motivates me. I guess self interest motivates me to read, because I just want to like learn to like understand things, and also because I truly enjoy reading. It's something that truly like makes me like almost feel like I'm in another world. I'm not here where I am, and so it's a very wonderful experience to like get lost in a book. I've done that so many times. So my record for reading the most books in like one night was 3 books. I read three books
Wow,
in one. Yeah.
that's really great.
Thank you. But they're like short. They're like 200 pages, 300 pages each. So that's why it was possible. But that it was
My
a very good
mentor,
series.
go on,
Huh?
carry on.
Yeah, it was a very good series about vampires, and I was very invested in the story, and like again it ended on a cliffhanger, so I could not sleep. I had to like get the other book and finish the whole trilogy. I was like, I'm doing this tonight. And so yeah, so definitely self-interest, you can say, motivates me to read. And if you want to grow as a person, read. Truly, I know it's so cliche, but books are literally treasure coves of this knowledge. So yes, read.
Yeah, I said my mentor, what I will do it on Instagram and put a small video. My mentor will be very
Hmm.
happy because you have read
Hmm.
so many books because he loves books. So his name is
Oh,
Patrick
okay.
David and his channel called Valuetainment. And I, from
Oh.
where my interest grow from seeing Valuetainment,
Hmm.
and I start reading books because there was a book for a very long time I didn't read it. It called
Hmm.
48 Laws, Power, 48 Laws, but I read it. So, I
Hmm.
mean, I still read articles. I still read different.
You read the 40 Rules of Love?
No, no, 48 Laws, which is written by Robert Greene.
Oh, okay, okay. But the 40 Rules of Love, extremely good book. I would also recommend that.
Yeah, of course. Why
Extreme.
not?
It's Yes. I was 14 when I tried to read it, and even I thought I was very mature at 14, and but I could not understand the message of that book. I like left it halfway through, and then when I was 16, I tried picking it up again, and I read it, and I was like, wow, this is like really good. And then when I was 17, I read it again, and that's when I truly like valued that book extremely. And so yes, The 40 Rules of Love, an amazing book.
All right. So, okay. So, what is your way you gonna take? You have a vision, yeah, all about reading. So, where you want to take your vision?
Um, my dad always says do not focus on the numbers of the books you read, but I would want to read like 1,000 by the time I'm like 25 maybe, or like 28. So that's something. But I truly feel that I should take it slowly, like not rush at the same time to like have like a number limit, because I think that would like decrease the whole point and value of me reading books, where that I should like truly remember and learn something from each book. And so that's why I would say that like I'm just gonna read for the sake of wanting to read, for self-interest, and learn something from every single book that I read in the future and that I've read so far.
Okay. Another thing, I know you're doing A levels now. So, what are you gonna carry on your masters or, I mean, whatever you want
Mhm.
to study? So, what do you want to study, and what do you want to be in future? If you wanna if you want to say about the profession.
Oh, okay. So the thing is that I'm already doing my professions.
Okay.
I When I was younger, I wanted to be a painter. I already am a painter and a writer, writing currently. And so I'm actually gonna do a degree in fine arts first, and then I'm hoping to do a degree in history, art history, or just like in the general history in after I do my fine arts degree. So yeah, if you want, I can show you a painting of mine if you would like
Please,
to
please
see.
do so.
Okay, okay. Just give me 1 second. I have to
No problem.
grab it. So, well, that, it's kind of big,
It's nice.
but yeah, this is it. Like it has
Absolutely
my
nice.
interest in it, like history and art at the same time. So it's a Mughal inspired painting.
Yeah, I like it. It's really nice. Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
So my last question to you, after this we'll
Yes.
wrap up, that
Uh-huh.
what message would you like to give? Again, you are working on youth, or
Hmm.
the kids of new generation, and
Hmm.
or to audience. What will be your message?
That's a lot of burden to have to give that much of a message on people, because I think that that puts me at a very like it's a huge responsibility just to like say something to them. But I would say that I know that this generation it's going through so much, and like we feel so lost all the time. Like most of my friends, I'm like the therapist in my friend group, and so I would say that work on yourself. Truly, like work on yourself. Do not think that like your depression or like whatever you're going through is gonna last. It's not gonna last. And that every day is a chance to like change. So you can do something. Truly, you can do something if you believe it and if you want to make it happen. So every day, try something new. Try watching the sunset every day. Try watching sunrise. I would really recommend watching that because I think it's a very beautiful moment in time. So watch sunrises, watch sunsets, value the moment that you are in right now. Okay. Be present constantly because the past is not going to matter. The future is not going to matter. It's like what you do right now. So try something new right now. Try something new. Yeah, thank you. That is what I would like to say.
Zarnab, thank you very much for your time. I'm really thankful and
Thank
grateful to you. The last thing you
you.
said, I read it yesterday, conscious mind and subconscious. Conscious mind is which is related to past and future.
Hmm.
Your
Hmm.
subconscious mind is only about thinking about present moment. So that's
Hmm.
why I made
Hmm.
a video, live in the moment. The
Oh, you
future
did?
is,
Okay, good.
yeah, it's a
Hmm.
small video, 1 minute. So live in the moment. And if you believe
Hmm.
that you are successful, every day you say to yourself incantation or affirmations. So you will be successful.
Manifestation, manifest that. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, because truly the mind is a powerful thing, and like the universe, sometimes it will move itself just for you if you like believe enough. So yeah,
All right. Thank you very much for your time. And I will
it was
hopefully see you soon.
lovely. This was lovely. I truly enjoyed it. I got to talk a lot, which I love.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate, and hopefully in future we'll do it again. No problem.
Inshallah.
Thank you.